Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Essence, and in today's video I want to talk about sensitive pets. Now, what do I mean by sensitive pets? Pets have senses beyond what humans can sense. They can smell things that humans can't really smell. They can see things that humans cannot. Oftentimes they can pick up on spiritual activity. They can see spirits. When a dog is barking at something that no one else can see, sure, it could be them being silly, because you never know what's going on through a mind of a pet, you know? They could bark at the vacuum and, think it's a monster, but when they're, acting out of character, and they're barking at something that, isn't really there, that you can't see, that's when they might be picking up on something like a spirit. And they may not understand that this is a spirit. Since they can see it and humans cannot, they may think it's another human. But oftentimes when spirits look like they're distorted or bloody or just look menacing, of course the animals are going to react negatively to that. We've had pets in the family that have done some weird things, like the cat that we have, Mr. Bigglesworth. He will sometimes just stare at things and he'll look like he's following something and we don't see anything. Now sometimes he's looking at a bug that we can't see, but he can zoom in on it. His eyes are much better than ours. But there are times when he'll just do this, and we don't know why. It was a few weeks after my grandma passed away. My sister had moved back in here, and she brought the cat with her. He was looking at, so in the living room, my grandma used to sit in a rocking chair, and that's where she spent a bulk of her time. She didn't really move much. And that's also where she passed away. She did not pass away in the chair. Doctors came and set up a bed for her towards the end, and she died in that bed. But she died in the living room. And he would stare at the place where that chair was. We got rid of the chair not too long after she died because she wasn't really in a healthy state. So it had there were times when she actually, peed in the chair because she couldn't make it to the bathroom. So that it was that bad. And it stunk. She didn't really take care of herself. So my grandpa, he has a hard time smelling, but me and my sister, we were like, that chair smells like death, and it just has this overall aura of misery. I just say we get rid of it. So we chucked it out on the curb. We called the city to pick it up, and they took it away. And eventually we got a new chair, and still the cat will sometimes look at the chair, and he'll just act weird around it, even though that chair that we have now, she didn't sit in, the overall energy of the chair could still be there, but he hasn't done it since me and my sister saged the house, and we made sure the living room especially. Another thing happened, so my aunt has a Great Dane, and when my grandma, towards the end, when she was dying, my aunt had come all the way over. She lived an hour away, so she dropped everything, went over there, and she watched her throughout the night. Well, the night she died, so my aunt was, she decided to stay up to keep an eye on my grandma. She gave her eye drops because her eyes were stuck open, and she just watched her to make sure nothing bad happened. Well, she was washing a dish in the sink, and she heard her Great Dane go, "Arr." And she's like, "What's going on with you?" And he was just acting all weird. And then she looked at my grandma, and she knew something wasn't right. So she called the doctor, and the doctor was like, "That's most likely a sign that she's gone." But we believe that her Great Dane, Romeo, saw my grandma's spirit leave her body, and that's why he was acting all apprehensive. So, pets are extremely sensitive. Her dog has seen something. My other aunt has another Great Dane. She sometimes acts weird in here, and the cat will sometimes, like, he'll be, like, looking at something that we can't see. Now, I do believe that my grandma still drops in from time to time, still visits. After she died, everyone, my grandpa, my sister, all of us had dreams about her. And I believe that was her visiting. And I believe that, when she does drop by, the cat will look. He'll see her. But pets, yes, sometimes they can act real silly. But it isn't always the fact that they're silly. It could be that they're picking up on things. And I've also read accounts where people in the spiritual community, they do rituals and they work with gods, and or sometimes they try to talk to spirits, and the animals will just act nuts over this. And of course, they're going to be more sensitive not only to spirit energies, but to other energies that you're giving off or energies that you were inviting in. They're extremely sensitive to that. So the cat usually doesn't come down here when I do rituals, so that's a good thing. But I would keep an eye on pets if you do, because, they might start acting nuts. But they can pick up on things. And there's some people who don't believe in that stuff, who believe that animals acting weird is just them being them, and, sometimes it could be, but to be honest, I do believe that they do see spirits, they do see things, and when they act real negatively towards something that no one else can see, it's most likely a sign that they are seeing a spirit who is not good. Maybe they look menacing, or maybe they don't look inviting because of the way they died, or something like that. And it can happen to all sorts of animals. Birds can react to it, cats, dogs, even hamsters and guinea pigs. All animals are sensitive to the spirit world. So it's not only good to have a pet in the house because, you're not so lonely, and they give you lots of love, and you love giving them love, and they're just so cute. But it's also good because then it can kind of help you as a warning system. Animals are natural warning systems to a lot of things. There are pets who can pick up when someone has a certain type of cancer that hasn't been detected. There have been dogs who have been trained to sniff out cancer cells. And there's also been cats who have sensed when their owners have infected tissue, and have actually... There was one instance that I heard where a woman, she had infected tissue, and she woke up where the cat had actually started eating part of the flesh, and she was horrified. But then she went to the doctor, and they were like, well, that was infected, so the cat was actually trying to save her from being infected. And there's also dogs who are trained to... they're aware of when someone's about to have a seizure, and they will try to warn their owner. And that's also, dogs make good seeing eye dogs for the blind. So pets are extremely sensitive to not only things in the spirit world, but also to things that we may not be privy to in our own bodies. So pets are amazing. They're cute, and they are amazing to have. They're a member of the family. We love Mr. Bigglesworth. He is like the center of our household. And of course, my sister also has 3 parakeets. And, well, they're cute in their own way, but, they're always chirping. Bark, 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 bark. So, I just really love the cat. But I would like to hear down in the comments if any of you have any experience with pets that may have acted weird towards something that's in your house. Have you ever experienced pets that may have seen things that you cannot? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And remember to keep your little pet friends close.